Hey everybody. Happy, what is it? Tuesday? Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. This is Michael. This is Sky's the Limit Aviation Channel. I'm not flying tonight, but I'm bored. And I'm working on editing some airports in a little program called Airport Design Editor, or ADE. And thought maybe I would just do a live stream, shoot the shit, see what happens. Like I said, I'm not planning on flying, but hop on the live stream. Maybe you'll learn something today. Who knows? So, anyways, we're up in a little airport called Marquette Sawyer Regional, and it used to be an Air Force base back in the day, and it happens to be the Air Force base that I was stationed at back in the day when I was in the military. So now it's a regional airport, and I wanted to make some adjustments to it, and have just been sitting here for the last couple hours just screwing around. So just come join me and let's have a good evening and just do some goofing around here. So let me rearrange some of my windows. So, all right, we're going to get rid of you. So basically, if you want to make changes to airports, and this applies to Flight Sim 2004, FSX, FSX Steam, and Prepared, you need a program called Airport Design Editor. The current version is version 1.79. That's the version that you want for FSX and Prepared. I'm not sure which version number works anymore with FS 2004 for those lucky few people out there who are still flying Flight Simulator 2004, but we're going to concentrate on FSX, FSX Steam, and Prepared. So what you do, let me compile this real quick. Yes, save this, yes. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Scruffy Duck Software, and there's a link in the comments on where you can find the software, and download it. Make sure you download version 1.79, install it, and when you get it installed, there's a couple of things that you're going to need to do. So when you first start the program, you need to run it in admin mode. So I've already got it set to, it's already set to run as in administrator mode. So you're going to start the program, you're going to get a dialog box right off the bat. And since I'm using Prepared 3D version 5, that's what we're going to choose. If you're using FSX or FSX Steam, then you use that. So we're prepared. Go ahead and open up the box, open up the program, and when you first install the program, before you run it, you'll have an opportunity to do some settings. I believe it's in the options. And what you want in particular, and screenshot this, I'll leave it up for a couple of minutes. Screenshot this. If you are, I'm primarily using prepared, so I have this set for prepared. You want to make sure that your folders are set up correctly. You want to make sure that you need to point to the scenery configuration folder in prepared, and then the main folder for Flight Simulator, the BGL compiler, which can be found in the world, it's in the SDK. You have to have the SDK installed on here. And then you have to have the ship or SHP to VEC folder, and that's in the world and terrain folder. So they're all, so here what I'll do is I'll move this all over. Make sure that you screenshot this and just pay, all of them are basically the same. It's except for the scenery configuration folder, which is in your program data file on your C drive. Everything else is in your program files. It's in the root folder for Flight Simulator. So Flight Simulator main folder is going to be your program files, Lockheed Martin prepared 3D version 5. For the BGL compiler folder, it's the same root folder, but it's going to be, you're going to look up, it's going to be in the SDK folder, subfolder world, subfolder scenery. For the SHP to VEC folder, same thing, it's in the SDK folder in your root directory, subfolder world, subfolder terrain. So screenshot this and then just pay attention to where the BGL and the SHP folders are. So you want to make sure these are all set up, because Airport Design Editor will not work properly unless you have these folders set up. So once you do that, I'm not going to save because I've already saved. So once you get in here, so today I'm working on, like I said, it's Marquette Sawyer Regional Airport. It's in Marquette, Michigan, which is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Prior to it becoming a regional airport, it was K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, which is where I happened to be stationed at for my 6 years in the military. So this area means a lot to me, growing up and all that. And I just wanted to, I was checking it out in prepared, and unfortunately, a lot of the scenery at a lot of the airports within prepared are not like their real life counterparts. And that's why we have programs like Airport Design Editor, which can allow you to make adjustments to the scenery objects. And then you have programs like GSX where you can set up all the gates and all that groovy, fun, happy horse shit, and make your airport more realistic to what it is in real life than what this is. So when I first logged on into prepared and came to the Marquette Airport, there's general aviation parking spots all over the place, and there's 3 gates and no jetways or anything, and the terminal building didn't even look like the terminal building. So yeah, I'm gonna pop open, I'm like bored, so I'm gonna pop open Airport Design Editor and have at it. So this is where we're at. So anyways, once you get Airport Design Editor all loaded up, get your settings all done, you're going to go to your file, and you're going to open the stock airport, and it'll open up this dialog box, and you're just going to put in the 4-letter code for the airport. For this airport, it's K. It's a Kilo Sierra Alpha Whiskey. Find it. Sawyer International. Tells you where this particular scenery folder is and the BGL that's related to it. Click open. And here's what the airport looks like. And it's not like that in real life. It is not like that in real life. There's like all this crazy general aviation parking here. It does not exist. This is the general aviation area over here. So basically what I did was I deleted out all the general aviation stuff and just started working on making the terminal look somewhat what it looks like in real life, etc., etc., etc. So, and plus, the runway has been shortened. As a matter of fact, the runway ends right here at this, I think that should be I think that's actually taxiway Charlie, but I've got the Navigraph chart up for that. So yeah, so Alpha is the main taxiway, and then you have Bravo and Charlie. And if you can see up in this area of the Navigraph chart, the taxiway used to extend up here, and the end of the runway used to be here, because this used to be a 12,000-foot runway for use by the B-52 bombers and the KC-135 tankers that used to be stationed at the Air Force Base. So that's all not being, it still exists. It's just, I think they got the X's and stuff there, so you know, so nobody uses it. So the runway is now 9,072 feet long. We'll work on fixing that here in a little while, but I just wanted to concentrate mainly on the terminal area. So let me go ahead and exit out of this. I don't want to save the airport, and we're going to go ahead and reopen this. And I've already got a file open with what I've been doing. So in this case, we're going to open the airport from the existing BGL that I've created for the design process. And here we go. It's KSAW, blah, 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 blah. We're going to go ahead and open it. And since I have Flight Simulator running, it's connected. So it shows me parked over here at Gate 1. Here's Gate 2. And I've removed all the general aviation bullshit that was here a little while ago, and I'll make some changes over in this area later. But right now, I've just been working on the terminal building, which is this area right here. Originally, it was just this little box, and that was it. And that's not what it looks like in real life. So if you're going to start designing airports, one of the things that you definitely want to do, excuse me, is have a few tools in handy. And that is a good satellite map of the airport website, and Navigraph, and that will do it. So here's the satellite photo. Excuse me. Here's the satellite photo of Sawyer, and it's funny, it still has it under its old name, Sawyer International Airport, and it still says KI Sawyer Air Force Base, and there's the Heritage Museum. But they recently renamed it back in the beginning of the year. So scrolling in, and you can see the terminal layout here. So you've got the main building, and then a little extrusion right here, and then you've got the gate area. and then you've got your jetways. And I've been working on trying to replicate that, and I have GSX installed, so I have GSX gates on my airport. Well, when I was designing the terminal building, you can't do anything about the height of the buildings. You've got a basic one-story terminal, and then you've got a two-story terminal. Here I'm gonna pop over to the other gate area so I can actually show you. So here's the other gate. So this is one of the stock jet bridges in GSX. You can see it sits really, really tall. It's really high off the ground. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. And when I used the generic one-story terminal building, this stuck out above the roof of the building, and it just doesn't make it look good. Plus the fact that the terminal building at Sawyer is just one story. It's not a two-story building, so it doesn't even look authentic. And then this needs I'll remove that in a little while because I'm just really just kind of screwing around here and was trying to compare sizes of generic buildings. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of prepared for right now, go back into ADE, and as you can see, I already removed the building. I just haven't moved the BGL file over it yet. And now that I know that there's a way to do the jet bridges the way I want them to, and they're basically called low-level jet bridges, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the terminal part of the airport, but I need to redo the buildings. But I'll actually show you how to do this. So these all use generic objects that are already found in your scenery files within FSX and Prepared Flight Simulator 2004. So Airport Design Editor has them integrated in here so you can visually see the buildings as you're designing them. So we're going to go ahead and create a main terminal building real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to add a generic building, and opens up this dialog box, and you've got all of these buildings to choose from. I'm trying to remember which building type this was. The last one that I used was the flat roof building. So we're going to add a generic building, and I've got a single building here, and there's like a whole bunch of library objects. So we're going to go down here to terminal. I don't think these are the ones that I wanted to use. One story, two story. Here we go. These were the terminal buildings that I wanted to check out. And I'm sorry, I can't make this screen any bigger. So this is the thumbnail. So we're gonna go scroll through here, and we're gonna look for okay. First, let me go back over to here. I don't need in here anymore. Let's come. So here's the street view of the airport. If you look over here at gate, I forgot which gate that is. See, this is the low level jet bridge, and that's what I'm wanting. So that works good for single level terminal buildings. So it's kind of a beige and green building. With a black roof, and it looks like it's got some solar panels or something up there. So, all right, so we need to find a kind of as close to a beige and green building as we can. And it needs to be a single story building. With a somewhat flat roof. That looks like that might work. That might work too. You don't have a lot of options outside of your generic buildings. I think we're gonna, okay, we're gonna go ahead and go with this. We're gonna go ahead and just add that. Now, what we're gonna do is we're going to go in here, edit this generic building, and then we're gonna orient it and change the dimensions. So here's the building we're going to replace. So it's 75 meters wide, 49 meters in length, and it's sitting on a heading of 279.50. So 75 by 49, and it's 279.50, and that should be the building. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and just set this over to the side for right now. The next building is going to be 45 by 20. So we're going to right click again, generic building, add, hold on, what's the dimensions again? 45 by 20, add generic building, 45 by 20, heading of 279.50, add, there's our sub building, and then this part here, which is 20 by 40. 279.50. That goes here. Then these are 10 by 5 and on a 280 heading. So 10, 5, 280. And that goes on one side, and then we're going to copy this object and paste this object to duplicate it. So, all right, I'm going to move this right here for reference. We're going to go ahead and delete. I'm going to go ahead and move that in real quick. There we go. Then we're going to delete, 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 delete. Then you basically orient your objects like so. Goes there, and there we go. So this is what the terminal building looks like, And if you go back to the map, let's say halfway decent approximation of what it looks like. So there you go. And that's how you go and design a building. So once you got that all done, and I've already got my gates, already have my gates in here. So, and to do gates, you just basically come up over here to parking type, and you have a drop down, and you can have literally none. It just puts a icon on the page. You've got your generic general aviation ramp, one for small, medium, and large aircraft, cargo ramp, military cargo, military combat, and then you've got your gates, small, medium, and heavy. You can actually place vehicles and fuel pits, and just a general aviation dock, whatever that is. So, but mainly we're going to be dealing with just gates and the ramp and cargo at whatever airports might have cargo. So basically you're just going to like take a gate, it opens this little thing up, and you just basically click. So you got gates all over the place, and then you switch, and you can orient the gate. The arrow is going to be the direction that the nose of the aircraft sits in when it comes in at the gate, and you just basically position them and all that. We'll go ahead and delete these out of here because we don't need them. So once you have your gates set, you can go in and double click. It opens up this dialog box, and just basically the radius is basically the guesstimated wingspan of the aircraft. Sawyer only gets in regional aircraft, but I put in medium gates just to make sure. You want to make sure your AI aircraft have a fighting chance of being able to park. For those of you who are not on VATSIM and you might have AI aircraft, you want to make sure your AI aircraft have a place to park. And then basically the airline codes, Delta and Delta Regional, and they're over on gate number 1. And then on gate number 2 is American Airlines and American Airlines Regionals. So they're there, and we've got them oriented. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and compile this particular file, and then we'll throw it over in the scenery folder in prepared, and then we'll open up the sim and see how it looks on the ground. So come up here, top right-hand side, you're going to hit compile, and don't worry about this object, just click yes. And then opens up this dialog box. There's a project folder within the Airport Design Editor folder, and that's where it's going to put where it is going to store your project files or your BGL files. And you're going to click compile. Airport is compiled, and then always make sure that you save your airport project file. And yes, already it exists. Airport is saved. All right. Then it's going to throw those files in this folder right here. So this is my projects folder, and you don't need this file. This is the previously backed up file. So you just go ahead and delete that. This is your project file For Airport Design Editor, here's your BGL file, which you're going to move into your add-on scenery folder in Prepared. So I've already been working on some other airports. Memphis I was working on the other day. It has been published on the AvSim website in their library section. Omaha is pending upload. It may or may not already be online. And nah, I don't see it there yet, but here's my Memphis. Excuse me. Here's my Memphis prepared version 5 AFCAD file. So that's there. Omaha will probably be up tomorrow. So anyways, once you've compiled your thing, you're going to move them to the appropriate folder in your flight simulator. So the way things are set up, add-on scenery has its own folder, and then you've got your subfolders. So I've nicknamed this one just KSAW. And inside, you want to create 2 folders, one for scenery, one for texture. Texture one's always going to remain empty because you're not doing anything with the texture. The scenery folder is where the BGL file is going to sit. So we're going to go ahead and copy that file and move it over here, and we'll go ahead and replace it. And we'll go ahead and exit out of there, scroll out of there. We're going to hit restart prepared. And it's going to go ahead and build the database for the new BGL file. And I already have a scenario saved, so I'm just going to load the scenario. But real quick, I'll show you how to add. I'll show you how to add a, if you don't already know how to go in and add scenery. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your options, go to your scenery library. This is your entire library of scenery. And then all this up here is my add-on stuff. So here's the Marquette one that I'm working on right now. So what you could basically do is you're going to add an area. You're going to go to your root folder for prepared, scroll down to scenery, scroll down to add-ons. Then you're going to choose the folder. In this case, it's that, and then you're going to click OK. And it'll populate in here. Then you just want to name your scenery title. I just named mine KSAW-Marquette. And it'll show up right here. It'll load the scenery up. And that's how you install the scenery. We're going to go ahead and load our scenario. So this is testing. Click OK. Flight Simulator is going to load up real quick for us. And there we go. Back into the cockpit. Outside view. That looks so much better, except I don't really like the building. It just looks kind of weird, so I might go in and just change that real quick. But now you kind of get an idea. So now it looks more like the terminal. So while we're at it, we're going to go into GSX, and I'm going to show you how to change the let's go over here and customize parking. Let's go back over to gate 2. It's going to drop us over here. Okay, so here's my dilemma from before. As you can see, here's one of the generic jetways. See how it sits up above the building. So according to GSX on the forums, you cannot raise or lower the jetways, but there is the option for you to have a lower level jetway that you want to have. So we're going to go ahead and change this jetway for this. So if you have GSX, you should already know how to do this. So you're going to go to customize your airport positions. You're going to go to the jetway model. You're going to scroll down, and it's the ThyssenKrupp low-level 3-tunnel LL43/21-3. And there it is. And for Sawyer, it's white, because we saw that from the street view. There's the jet bridge, and it's white, so we're going to make sure it's white. So United operates off of gate 2, Delta operates off of gate 1. So we're going to go ahead and apply. Let me go back. I've got to go back over here, and it's the .6 and white. So 6. Bridge livery, white, and we want the logo for United, apply, edit, and there's the United right there. So now we've added our jet bridges, and one thing I'm gonna do real quick before we go changing the building again, we're going to go back in here and we're going to customize our parking. I've already done most of the parking customizations, but I want to move the jet bridge in a little bit. And that's not what I wanted to do either. Come on, man. Customize. Okay, I don't know why it did that. That is really strange. Did it revert back to... Sometimes GSX just does some really weird stuff here. Because the jet bridge over here is correct. Let me go back and jetway. There, okay, there, that fixed it. Not quite. See, and I'm afraid if I go in here and do this, customize the parking, that it's gonna... Yeah, see, it did it again. So it doesn't need to be in that far. Jetway. Just hit apply again. There, and it drops it back in there, and let's make sure that Jetways in white, United, apply. Okay, all right, looking good. So now let's go ahead and test out the Jetway. American Airlines, Jetway, Bridge 1. So these are what they're called LL jetways. They're low level. So they kind of hug the ground and then they raise up to the aircraft. And at Sawyer, if you're looking at that overhead shot of the terminal, at the satellite image, you can see that's how you can see the outline of the gate area, and it pulls in, and the natural state of the jet bridge is actually over here. It's going to sit more horizontal this way, but it just sweeps in and then connects. So that's how that connects. So the jet bridge hooks up just fine, and where I already have my ground equipment kind of laid out here. So let's go ahead and disconnect the jet bridge. And we'll undock, and we'll move over to the other gate real quick. Make sure that the jet bridge is working over there. Sweeps back into its parked position. Awesome. All right, so all right, now it's done. Go back over here, customize. Jet back over to gate number 1. And go ahead and operate the jetway. Jetway to exit 1, confirm. Jet bridge raises up off the ground. Does that on single, I guess these are the jet bridges they use on single story terminal buildings. All right, and the jet bridge is complete. So we'll go ahead and disconnect again. Undock the jetway. Let's go back and change this back to, let me find that generic building that just does not look right at all. So let's go ahead and go back to our generic buildings and just kind of slowly scroll up through here and see what I don't really like. See, these are all terminal buildings. I really just don't like them at all. Green single story. That might work. Let's try that. I mean, after all, we're just kind of goofing off tonight. We're really not doing anything. So, okay. So once again, our dimensions are 75 by 49. 75 on a 279.5 heading. Mark that right there. And then this is 45 by 20. 45 by 20, 279, 5. Go there, and then 20 by 40. 20 by 40, 279.5 heading. It's going to go there, and then these were 10 by 5 on 280. 10, 5, 280. Those will go on either side of that. And copy and paste. Let's go ahead and get this ready to go here. That's all even. Yeah, I know I could probably make that a little bit less, but that. Move that into place and move. Move that into place. There we go. That looks doable. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit compile. Okay, we're compiled. Go ahead and save. Airport saved. I hate that every time you do this, you need to exit out of here. And then delete the backup file. There's our current edit. Come over here. Come over here. Place. And then restart again. This is where saving a scenario is helpful. It's almost just like saving a flight in FSX or FS 2004. It just puts you on the ramp where you saved at. So go ahead and load our scenario. Go back over here, load it back up once again. So if you're just joining the live stream, this is kind of a bullshit free-for-all, whatever. We're not doing much of anything here today. Ooh, that looks really funky monkey. It's about the color of the roof, but it's definitely not the exactly the that's just too dark. So let's go back. Let's go back in here and do this again. Let's look at some of the other. Let's just look at the other buildings and see what we. These are all single. That's definitely not what we're looking for. I can't tell if that's a single. It's hard to tell if some of these are single story or 2-story buildings. Remember, oh yeah, that's definitely too tall. See, I hate that you can't. That's not. See, and this is where, okay. Let's see, 20 by 40. 20, 40, 279, 50. I'm going to literally put it right here. Compile. And exit out of here again. Okay, copy. Pasty paste. All right, restart again. Building database for new files. So scenery editing is a long, drawn out, somewhat boring process, as you can see. All right, let's load our scenario. See if this is any better. Huh. Literally the same. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Duh. Oh, Jesus Christmas. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and all right, we're gonna go ahead and use that. God, I was looking. I forgot I didn't do the. I kept the same things. All right, let's exit back out of here. Go back into here when it lets us. All right, so whoop. Darn you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep. We're going to go ahead and keep that. All right, let's generic building 5 by 10 on a 280. 10 by 5 on a 280. Oh, 10, 5, 280. And then we're going to copy, paste, and delete you guys out. 45 by 20. go 45 by, let's just say 15 to 70. The same? Yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and shave. Let's go with 12. There we go. All right, we'll get rid of you, and then you're 75 by 49. $75, $49, $279, $50. All right, let's get rid of you. Move you in right there. Move you in literally right there. You. Let's see. Let's make you 35. That way we have less of that weird little effect. That funky shimmering effect that we had earlier. And that section goes there. Actually, let's move you out a little bit. Let's delete that. Reconnect that and then go from here to there for the apron. And move the jet bridge over just a hair. Move you right in there. That looks more like it. All right, compile. Save. And delete the backup folder. Copy the BGL. Yes, we want to replace the file in the destination. 2424 matches. Open it prepared. Building the database for your new scenery. I haven't done airports in a long time. All right, we're gonna load our scenario. Reset my time. And we'll load up. That looks so much better. I mean, it's a generic terminal, but you know, what are you gonna? There's really not a lot you can. There's really not a lot you can do about that, unfortunately. So, all right, we've got everything working here. So we got our jet bridges. And we are ready to move on to some other stuff. So, pull our Navigraph chart up. Go back over here. Is the control tower? Yeah, the control tower is there, so it depicts the control tower. I'm going to leave the fire station alone. And we're going to go ahead and go back here. Let's see. So let's go back to here. So they basically have a big giant X here, and then this is just one big long threshold up to Bravo. So if I delete that, all right, let's see here. Okay, so according to Navigraph, it is 9,072 feet. Okay, so original runway is 3968.24 meters. Let's go to try to find out. Let's see, I might need to go to yeah, here we go, Air Nav. Is it generally pattern left. So I might just go ahead and remove the whole taxiway. Okay, 2765 by 46 meters. Six and 2765. Okay, and it does not have a this is all lined up good here. Okay, runway 1, runway 9. And then let's just go ahead and remove that, remove that, remove that. We're just going to remove the whole entire thing. Going to leave the exclusion areas in place. That's usually where the just scenery just kind of really wonky dropped onto the thing, and that's going to do that. And let's see if there's any information on the threshold. The threshold's correct for here, I think. That's yeah, it's really not very long. It's really not, the threshold not even really that long either. Okay, let's pattern markings. Okay, 46, 27, 65. Pattern markings. Edge pavement. Not changing any of this. Okay, blast pad overrun. That's on. Okay, let's see if the chart tells us how. That doesn't tell us anything. Let's go back over here. That doesn't tell us jack. Download PDF. Here we go. Yeah, this doesn't really tell us anything either. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That doesn't really. Yeah, it just doesn't say what threshold length is, so I'm probably just going to leave the thresholds as is, but basically leave off the remaining stuff up above Bravo. Let me make sure that that's okay. Bravo, Charlie, Alpha. So Bravo, Alpha, Charlie. That's part of Alpha as well. Okay. All right, so Delta goes off. To here. That is Echo. And Foxtrot. And that isn't super correct. And that's yeah, okay. All right. So that's all still accurate. Okay, go ahead and compile. And let's go ahead and let's go back over here. And there's the hangars. We're going to take the aircraft and let's just move aircraft over here. The beauty of the design editors, you can it's kind of accurate, but there's a whole this is all I'm trying to remember that that's all concrete. Even then, that's not entirely accurate, because there are 4. So see, I'm trying to remember. So this hangar, this big hangar was the wash bay. So all the aircraft came in here to get washed. This was the OMS hangar. And this was for the for the KC-135s. B-52s went in here. I don't recall what was here. Hangars at KI Sawyer. Get out of here. Hangars. I'm trying to remember. See, now I'm like, okay, so those are T hangars. Strategic Air Command. Where the yeah, KI Siberia. Boy, I remember that. Yeah, 410th Bomb Wing. So we were the 410th OMS. Demographics. I don't know if they have a. I honestly do not remember. Here, hold on. Go to Facey Bookie. Oh, geez. That's not what I wanted to read about. Hang on. Okay. So, all right, this is looking out towards. That's looking out towards the runway. So they had the. So that'd be the three. Okay, those are the three hangars there. So they had the B-52s there. We had. I think these were all B-52s. This was the wash bay. This was for periodic inspection for the 135s, periodic inspection for the 52s. So, okay, so this was all. So these were all built right on one big, huge ramp. So we need to go in and see. I want to copy that object and paste it right here. And move. See, these are all in. This is all one big, huge. Okay. Getting rid of that. Because this. See, that's not. See, these all lined up like this. They were all even. Those are all just exclusions. Okay, so that looks about. Okay, that looks about correct. This is not asphalt. This is all concrete. It's like, oh my God. I am not crazy. See, I know. The surface is asphalt. It was concrete. No, actually, oh, no, no, no. Ooh, you're right. Hold on. Okay, looking at the picture, okay, there is a grassy area, and then boom, boom, boom. See, it's been forever, see? Okay, all right. It's been so long, it's like, I know this was concrete. So this might have all been, hey, Eric, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Free For All BS live stream. I'm editing, I'm doing edits on an airport. That used to be a former Air Force base that I was stationed at when I was in the military, but it's now a regional airport. And I've just been kind of dinkering around in Airport Design Editor and trying to remember how certain things. pretty sure. Let's see. Go back this way. Go back in here. So that's what. See, I know that's not asphalt. This was all concrete. And then there were 4 hangars over here and not one because the wash bay was here. This was the OMS building for tankers. This was the OMS building for B-52s. And then the remaining 4 hangars were just like engines, whatever. So this... Can I... Can it... Yeah, that can be concrete. Okay. Because I know this whole area is all concrete, but the runway was asphalt on concrete. So concrete. 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 Yeah. So this whole area was all... See, I know I'm not crazy because I worked here. This is all concrete. So this all needs to change to concrete. I don't know who did this. See, this is what I like about, you know, okay, so what's that's delta. So delta extends all the way out. Well, that's delta is just short, so it's really not a... Okay, so draw a... line to there. It's going to be all concrete. Not going to connect it because it's just really more for aesthetics. And the whole making it look more realistic, at least how I remember it. Okay, the width. You know what? Now let's do this. Let's go. let's do. Yeah, add an apron. No. Well, I might just have to. How do I make the? Oh, duh. Concrete. No, that's not it. Okay, I'm getting really confused here. Let's see. Custom ground poly. Add an apron. See, now it disappears. So. And I don't want, let's see. Closed link. Vehicle link. It's not exactly a. Surface concrete. I wonder if I can copy that and then paste it. Huh, yes, I can. See, when all else fails, create your own shit. Let's do the taxing node. Here. Bring that in. Here. That out over here. Be having fun or what? Bring that in. Would help if I could just Let's see. And then I'll bring this in. Okay, that looks more like it. Nope. Okay. It's going to come in about right there. Then now I just need to copy, paste. A little bit. That. Like that. And that's just going to go right there, because that's about what that looks like in the photos. Yeah, see, because here's the okay. They do have that as a that's asphalt on the edges overlaid with concrete. Okay. Okay. So that is asphalt. And this is all, well, wait a minute, hold on. I can't change the. Guess I can't change that. That's weird. Okay. This all was okay. You know what? I'll just bring it right up to the edge. Here, and then move it slightly like that. Okay. Copy. Paste. paste, 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 paste. A little bit. Okay, all right, let's compile. And let's save our airport for right now. And bring in a all the way to there. See, that's just it's gonna irk me to no end here. Here, let's do this. Taking some creative liberty here to make adjustments. Okay, so that looks good. Delta. Actually, in all reality, it should be going. I forgot you got to do them in the direction that you are. No, Michael, what are the hell are you doing? Taxi link. Right here and ending right here. There, that's the correct direction. I don't want that to extend any further than here. Then we're going to go from here to here. Here to here. There. Here. A little more even. Hanger just with the, there we go. And this definitely needs to go here. So Eric, how are you doing tonight? How was your weekend and all that? That is good to hear. Over to Stella. We had a great weekend filled with 2 celebrations of our own little turkey day, whatever you want to call it. And we just had a ball. See, that is like, that's all asphalt, and this is all, so it's concrete in asphalt. I remember that. And there's the terminal, so I need to take this, copy, and paste it. Can I rotate this around? I reckon you can't rotate it, can you? Shift Z. Increase the size. That's kind of stupid that you can't really do that. Alright, well, we're just gonna make do best we can, like we always do. And I'm just gonna go like this. This. That's just going to set like right on the edge of the ramp, because that's how I remember it. Copy, paste. Ends right before the building. There's a parking lot there, so yeah, we'll go ahead and just delete that altogether. Okay, so there's that. Hey, Sneaky, what's going on, man? Long time no see. All right, let's see. All right, go back, save. Right, let me exit back out of here. So we are, for those just joining us, I am doing some edits in Airport Design Editor on an old Air Force base that I was stationed at back in the 80s which is now a regional airport up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So I've been doing some changes in Airport Design Editor. Had to shorten the runway from 12,000 feet down to 9. Added an extra hangar that was not here before. And all sorts of craziness. So, other than that, I've been doing pretty good. As you can see, it's been a while since I've seen you. I'm on prepared now. I am no longer doing FSX, even though I still have Steam Edition installed, but I've been running prepared and just having a ball and all sorts of stuff. So I didn't feel like flying today, so I've been working on some AFCAD edits on some of the airports that I've been flying around a decent bit. And this is one of them that I've been working on. Right, let's move the aircraft here. See what it looks like. That looks more like it. I just wish that the hangars were a little bit taller, but that'll work. I am absolutely loving Prepared. I got version 5.4. I know that 6 recently came out, but I hopped on the Avcen forums and just said, hey, for somebody just starting out with Prepared, what version do you recommend? And everybody said version 5 because it's most compatible with most all the add-ons and sceneries and all that happy horse hockey out there, and that'll be the one that you probably want. So I went ahead and made the plunge and got it and been doing some flying and stuff like that. And now I'm kind of tinkering around with this particular airport. This is, so since you're just joining the live stream, this is Marquette Sawyer Regional Airport. It's in Marquette, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, right there about 15 miles from Lake Superior. It's formerly an Air Force base, K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, which was a Strategic Air Command base built back in 1955. And it was closed down in 93 or so. Oh, yeah, and I'm from that area up there. So I'm from Traverse City, which is just down, it's in the very northern part of the Lower Peninsula, but it's just a quick shot across the Mackinac Bridge and then about an hour's drive. Hour or two to get to Marquette. So yeah, I've got friends that are up in Marquette and a adopted sister who went to college at Northern Michigan University. So, but the Air Force Base was converted into a regional airport, which is what I'm working on here, and was just kind of excuse me, tinkering around with some editing. I've got Navigraph, which kind of shows the current state of the airport, and it was missing a hangar, so I had to go in and add that hangar here. and just remembering that some of this was asphalt, some of it was concrete. Just kind of remembering how stuff was all laid out here back in the back in the 80s. It was pretty crazy. What are you trying to... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's just go. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, we'll go 30 all around here. I don't know if the measurements are completely, totally accurate. I'm just kind of basing it on some visuals, some photos from the Facebook page for the old Air Force Base and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's from last year. Yeah, here's the hangars. God, who knows when that was. I'm surprised I haven't found any pictures of myself here. Yeah, here's one of the... Yeah, this is one of the... Okay, so this is one of the hangars. This is one of the B-52 hangars here. That would be one of these 5. These 3 or one of these 2. I can't tell from the vantage point of that photograph, but... And then the KC-135 hangar for us was right here, and then this was the bay that we did all the wash. The planes came in, they got washed before we did the inspections and stuff like that. So that's the old ramp there. I got the terminal area done a little while ago, and I had to kind of piece that together. So that's the terminal. That's the airport terminal. Only 2 gates. Delta is on gate 1. United is on gate 2, and they're those low level gates because the regular ones in GSX sit too high. So got that all done and figured out. And let's see, what else was I doing? So yes, this was all concrete. There's my Google Maps again. And I think that was it. I just remember that was asphalt. That was all asphalt. And if I really wanted to sit and do borders. The whole rest of the thing, then that's what I'm going to do. Because it's like, because it's just not quite accurate without the, see if you're looking at the map, here's the taxiway. And the taxiway is concrete, and then it's asphalt. So I might just have to redo the whole shebang. And all that, I'm pretty sure. Look at yes, this is all concrete, and then the asphalt stops. That's the asphalt, and then this is the concrete area. There's a lot of stuff I need to add, and then there's the control tower, and this is the general aviation and FBO, and all that stuff right there. That looks like that's a Russian plane. Although I can't identify it. So yeah, I need to do, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that like this, and even the runway is even, yeah. I'm trying to remember if that's, I might just leave the runway alone, but the taxiways are still, see, there's the asphalt and there's the concrete. I remember all this stuff. I think it is an Aleutian, because not long ago they had an Aleutian that showed up there. I'm thinking that's what it is, because there's a reference to it. Yeah, there it is right there. It's been parked there for a couple of years, and then there's the plane that's right behind it. So there's, yep. I can't tell what that is. Oh, wait. Yeah, definitely an Aleutian, and then looks like a CRJ right behind it. So that definitely matches up with Google Maps. There's the Aleutian. Good catch, Eric. Nice, man. So, okay, I'm going to exit out of here and here, and can get out of there for now. So, okay, so this is, so I might need to remove the entire, So I'm gonna wind up having to remove the entire little thing and go. I'm gonna copy that, and paste. That's gonna have to go out. I'll turn that sticky keys, but it says you're supposed to. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, okay, that's what. All right, that's what that does. So what does Z do? It doesn't do squat. I have to just probably just do this in sections. And go from there. So if I take and move this out. Hello, wifey. Wifey has entered the chat. And yeah, I did get your message, and yes, I will. I'm going to come down and make you some food. And now I've got to go and see that out. This needs to come in. No. Come in a little bit. Probably about what I'm going to do. That's asphalt. That's concrete. All right, let's do one last compile. I'm going to end the live stream here in just a little bit, but let's just for all right, let's do this, because this is going to take me quite a while to do this the way that I want to, because when it comes to I just, my opinion is a lot of these airports were just generically and hastily done, both in FSX and prepared. And that's why people created programs like Airport Design Editor to correct those things. To make things look more realistic. You know, That's why that's why there's studios that make that create sceneries for airports, because they want things to look as realistic as possible. And when I go to, when I come back literally home to Sawyer, and there's three gates when there's really supposed to be two, and they're not named correctly, and the buildings don't even look realistic and all that stuff. That's why I love tinkering around and goofing around with the scenery. So let's see. What this looks like. Okay, so back in here. Okay, so here's a look at that, and we'll swivel over and yeah, there we go. All right, let's aircraft here. Yeah, it still doesn't look very concrete-y. Apron surfaces. Maybe it's just a weird maybe it could be just a contract. That's supposed to be concrete, but it doesn't look like concrete. And I wish you could go and change the color. Draw detail. Really not an apron, as it is a I don't know. I'll have to tinker around and see what I can do to make things look different. See, that looks good here, but that just looks kind of lousy. Oh well. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. And grab a little snack and sit down and relax. I know wifey's getting tired, so she's probably going to want to go to bed pretty soon. Yeah, I'll just leave the airport as it is. So, anyways, thanks for joining me tonight for a couple of hours of boredom and airport editing. I put a link to Airport Design Editor in the description of the video. I'll probably do a little more in-depth video in the future about how to use Airport Design Editor, and then another video about GSX and how you set your gates up and how you can change your jetways and all that fancy stuff, because I actually learned a couple things today trying to find the right jet bridges for this. I didn't know they had these super low jet bridges. that are in the there's a view somewhere of the, there's literally a view like right here. Street view. So if you look right there, there's the jet bridge on gate 1. Actually, that one's marked American. So maybe I've got it. Oh, you know what? American comes here and Delta goes on the other side. Huh. All right, I'll have to change that in GSX. But see, this little, it sits very, very low because the terminal itself is literally just it's a single story. It's not a very big airport, but it's just a single story. And I could not get the stock GSX jetways to sit correctly. They sat way too high. They're actually sticking up in the air above the top of the building. So I had to like literally look at each and every jetway on here to figure out the correct one. Huh. So anyways, yeah, my Omaha AFCAD's not online. This is my Memphis. So I did a modification of the Memphis AFCAD, or did a modification of the airport and got the gates all straightened out and fixed and stuff like that. So that's in the AvSim library. I'll put it in the I'll put it on the flightsim.com library at some point, and I'll upload it there and stuff like that. So anyways, that's going to do it. I'm going to go relax with the wifey for a little while. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you for stopping by. If you liked tonight's live stream, smash that like button. Support the channel by subscribing. Next video, I'll probably actually be doing some flying. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a live stream flight. We'll see how the day goes. Anyways, it's Michael with the Sky's the Limit Aviation Channel signing off for the night. Y'all have a great one, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.